Hey guys, the Quack45 here, and welcome to part 2 of my HTML tutorial series. So in the last episode we covered basic CSS, basic HTML, tables, link tags, images, that's images up there, titles, p tags, the very basics of them, linking to CSS, and the basic stuff like that. This was the web page we had at the end of that thing. We have hello world, it's inside a p tag, and then closing a p tag results in a line break, and then the line break after this, a link image that links to my website, and then after that image we had a table, and I talked to you about when you should and shouldn't use tables. So what we're going to be covering in this video is some more advanced CSS stuff, and I'm going to be going into more detail about the different CSS attributes that you'll be using in your web design. So here we have the font series of attributes. There's the ones that I know off the top of my head are font family, font size, font weight. There's font weight, so we can say bold, and now everything inside the head, if I had done this correctly, which I don't appear to have. I think what I have to do is, actually no, I have an idea of what I have to do. I'm gonna not open that thing up, div id, and we're gonna just call it head, and we're gonna close this div tag, div id head, and now we're gonna cut that. Actually no, we're not gonna cut that. We're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna change that to an ID. There we go. Now we have some big text that's bolded and in Arial. Let's look up the font CSS attribute. I should mention the W3 schools is fairly controversial. Be careful about how much you trust them for things like this, just referencing like a reference thing on commands or whatever in anywhere from CSS to JavaScript to HTML to SQL or PHP or jQuery or whatever. It's fine then, but I'm curious as to whether the site is up. No. It's not a very popular website. Also, they're a bit controversial for their name, W3 Schools. Makes them seem like they are related to the W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium, which develops the standards for HTML, CSS, and all that kind of stuff. W3 Schools is abbreviated as W3S sometimes. Makes it seem similar, makes it seem that it's related to the W3C, which is not. So yeah, be careful about how much trust you put in them, but they should be good for basic stuff like this. So we have font family. That's the what's it called? Jesus Christ, brain. Is the font face, or whatever. Times New Roman, Arial, Consolas, all that. Font style, I guess that's italic or normal. Yeah, okay, that's just sort of simple stuff. Font size, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'll show you the different types of, what's it called? The different types of, Jesus Christ, brain, stop blinking. The different types of, CSS size measurement. Boldness is font weight. Variant, I have no idea what that is. You can always look it up if you need to. CSS size measurements. CSS units. So we got the percentage, which will be useful. I'll show you all that. Inches, centimeters, millimeters. You really shouldn't do that. That's probably a bad idea. EM. I've never used EM, but apparently it said back there, that it's recommended by the W3C, so it should be useful. You can look into that if you want. I don't know what EX is, and this doesn't, the X side of a font, I don't know, whatever. Points, that's what you'll be seeing in like Microsoft Word, for example. Pika, probably not a good idea to use that. I think that's not very popular. Pixels is what you're going to be using most of the time, I'd imagine. Now, so we've got that sort of basic stuff. We've gone over all that. CSS margins. The margin attribute is quite useful. There's two things in this. There's the margins, and then there's padding. And the difference between the two is that, so let's say we had, after the table, we're gonna make a P ID margin test, and then we're gonna, on the same line, I guess, P, and then down here we're gonna do P ID padding test, and close that tag. And now we're just gonna have some text. And okay, so we got some text down here now. They look exactly the same now because they are still on default P settings. So now we're gonna create two new, whatever these are called, margin test and ID margin, or padding test rather. I lower camel case them, right? Yeah, I did. Good. So now we're gonna set the margin. We're just gonna leave the margin, and we're gonna set margin to 0 pixels, and we're gonna set padding top 10 pixels, or shit, what's the default? HTML p tag default margins and pixels. Fuck. I don't know, whatever. That's unimportant. Padding bottom is 10 pixels. There we go. I guess that's gonna space itself out a bit more because I don't think it's actually, what if there's gonna be anything useful here? Fuck, I don't know. The new one works. Okay, so yeah, there's the padding test tag. There is the margin test tag. So the difference between margins and padding are, padding is the basic way to describe it is padding is on the inside of the tag. So that's the padding area there. That's on the inside of the tag. And then this has margins, which are on the outside of the tag. So as you can see, this is actually a good example. So this is like the place where the text is, and then we're gonna move my mouse outside into the green area, which is where the padding is. And as you can see, that's still highlighting that part, so it's still inside the P tag. But if we go to the margin test tag, the margin test paragraph, then it has this area here where the text is. And then we move outside of that into the orange area. Now it's just the body. That's because the margin is outside the tag. So these will all have their own uses in, various different situations. But it's a good distinction to know. So padding is inside, margin is outside. Remember that. That's important. Now, what am I gonna do now? You know what? Let's scrap this page. Not entirely scrap it. We'll keep it here for now. And let's make a new page with everything we've learned. New page.html. Okay, so remember, we're going to start out by doing, you can do this on your own. I think you're ready. Go ahead. it's good to know how to do this. So we're just going to do this right now. However you want HTML, and then inside that you want a head and then a body, just like that. And now we're going to set the title to, let's set it to my new web page. Okay, and we're going to open that right there. My new web page. The title is set, and all that is set. Oh, I forgot background colors. Let's teach you that now. Link href, I'm just gonna link to the style.css rel style sheet and type text /CSS. Done. Obviously nothing's gonna change because we don't have anything. And we're gonna say, let's define body BG color is, oh wait, no, that's not it. Actually, I'm gonna use my website to check this. Style CSS body should define the, background color, there we go. That's it. So we're gonna say the background color is going to be, this is going to be a good place to teach you about hash or hex codes and stuff. Very useful things. So, when you're setting the color of something, you can do this with fonts or with text and backgrounds. I'll show you all that. So we're doing it for the background now. So you can do one of three things, if I recall correctly. You can just, CSS has some basic colors built in, or you can use hex codes, which is what we'll be using most of the time, or you can use RGBs. You can set the RGB values in just normal numbers or whatever. So let's just say we want to set this to red. So we're just going to say background color is red. That's going to happen here as well. So yeah, because they're referring to the same style.css, they're both referring to this. I could make a separate one, but I'm not going to bother. So now we've set the color of the background, and now what we're going to do here is we're going to make a paragraph with some nice text. ID page 2 header. Actually, no. H1 tag. H1. There we go. Like that. And my new web page. I don't remember what the H1 tag does by default. Okay, so it sets it to some size like 24 or something. Sets it to Arial and bolds it, I think. Oh no, that's just the head tag at work. Wait, no, it's not. Oh, fuck it, it's not important. Whatever. So the H1 tag, there's also H2, H3, H4, H5, all of those. The H1 tag is just how you're going to do this stuff. And we're going to say H1. This will be a good place to show you. So now the H1 goes all the way off to the both sides of it, except for the margin on the top left. The top, bottom, left, and right. We can remove that, but I'm not going to, because what I'm going to instead do is I'm going to kill off margin test and use it for my own means. H1 text align center. Boom. Now the text is in the center. There's also text align left is the default, but you can also define it here. Or text align right. I think there's also text align just define. No, fuck. text align justify. Yeah, justify, initial, inherit, blah, 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 blah. Inherit means that in the case of this page, I believe, let's take a look at the thing. I think if you set this, gave it an ID, and set the text align to inherit, then it would take whatever the head had set as it. So we can also set this as justify. Let's do that now. Justify. That's going to do newspaper style stuff, so if you have a long paragraph, it's going to try and make all the lines equal, whether it be by spacing out the lines or, you know, whatever. So now we have some text up there, and I'm just actually going to kill off this ugly freaking color. It's disgusting. Oh, nice job, Bird. I could have, you know, done it down there maybe, but no, apparently not. And that went perfectly well. There we go. Nice. That's just cleaned up a bit. And I'm also going to kill off this ugly freaking color. Jesus Christ. We're not going to have a background color. Just white. White is nice. It hurts your eyes a bit. That's why I don't use it on my website. I use a 222 or 222222 on background with EE, and EE text. I should go into the hex colors now, shouldn't I? Alright, so, the way you create let's just grab that again. I screwed up. The way you can define colors is, new page.html, there we go. As I said, you could do it in hex codes, which is what I recommend. So I'm going to be talking about that here. Oh yeah, border's nice. I'll go into that in a bit. So yeah, so the way hex colors work is they go, let's say we want to, you know what, I'm just going to show you the stuff on my webpage. So, style CSS says that the body, background color of the body, which is this entire area, because I have the old thing where I put the head inside the body, so that was a bit stupid. I should probably fix that. The background color is set to #222222, and black is #000000. Basically, you're setting RGB values of each of these, and there's both 6-digit and 6-digit and 3-digit, 3-digit. Jesus Christ, fuck. I'm really bad at talking for long times. Yeah, you know, whatever. So there we go. Style CSS. Okay, so so there's the 3, it's 3, well, this is 6 because it goes into more detail. You can have 3 digits or 6 digits, and basically what you're doing is you're setting the RGB values. The first 2 are R, red, second 2 are G, green, and the third pair of 2 are blue, B, so RGB. And basically, the closer they are to 0, it's an additive color system, so the closer they are to 0, the darker the color is. So 000000 is black, FF is white. The reason it's F and not, like, you know, 9 or whatever is because these are in the hex color system, or the hex code system. So hex goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if you can see this. Actually, I should open up something. Let's just say a notepad. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. It's base 16. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then what is A? A is 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, E is 14, and F is 15, and then at 16, that would be G, but at that point, it turns into 1, 0. So let's say, we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now it's gonna be 1, 0. And then let's say we want to do 26. No, sorry. Shit. So let's say we have B, or no, 2B. 2B is, I'm not good with hex code, apart from the basics. I don't really, it doesn't really matter. This is as opposed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. This is as opposed to, say, binary base 2, which is 1 or 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, things like that, you know. It's unimportant. So basically, you're setting the hex values of each of these. So let's say we wanted to set it to, let's do R7. R7. Oh, that's nice. It changes it automatically. That's a cool color, actually. It's a bit weird. R7. So 7 red. 50. Yeah, let's do 50. Base decimal to hex. 50. 32. Okay. 32. There we go. So we have a green now. So that's red 7, green 32, and blue 22. So you have this weird color. So yeah, that's the basics of that sort of hex color stuff. This is a really bad explanation, wasn't it? I should start getting onto the stuff that I can explain more simply. We'll do this later. I have to go do some stuff in a bit. So yeah, we have this new web page, and we have, you know, all this stuff like this. I explained hex colors very badly, but it'll do. We have a bit more explanation of CSS. Oh, one more thing. So in HTML there's in CSS there's 3 things that you can define. So that's tags, IDs, and classes. So tag, and then hash ID, and then period class. So this will change anything with any tag that is called tag, HTML tag that's called tag. This will change anything with the ID, and this will change anything with the class called class. Classes, IDs, the whole point of IDs is to be unique throughout the entire throughout the entire website. No 2 IDs should be alike. Ideally, ideally you should have only one HTML element in each website that shares an ID, or that has a specific ID. They should be entirely unique. Classes are a bit different in that you can set. Those are sort of designed to be something where you say you have a bunch of stuff that should or there's like various different places in your website where you have some text that you want to be formatted in the same way. You'd assign it a class and then set all of the CSS stuff to that class. So all of the things that you need to have that attribute or whatever would have the class that you assigned them. So basically, tags are these things, title, h1, whatever. ID should be unique throughout the document. They're set by ID equals inside a tag, and then classes can be shared by different tags and stuff. They're set by class equals. In the CSS, it should just be, you would name the tag, and then you would assign the stuff for it inside these curly braces. IDs are set by hashtag and then the ID name inside, and then curly braces with the attributes inside. And then finally, classes are period class name inside curly braces, the attributes. That was a really bad explanation, wasn't it? I'm not good at just sort of rambling sometimes. I'm usually fairly good at it, but apparently not right now. So yeah, that was part 2. I'll be going on to more stuff later. I should probably move into some freaking JavaScript before I completely bore you guys to death. Later tonight I'm gonna record some more or something, or I'll may have found a good free hosting. I'm not quite sure yet, but it should be fine. Alright, so that is that. So hope you enjoyed watching. I enjoyed making it. Thanks for watching, and bye.